Yeah, so let's get back into, the event here. No battles. Okay, so it's the same time. So I don't have to change it again. Oh no, Murasaki Shikibu just collapsed. Murasaki, are you alright? It's okay, Senpai, please keep recording, I'm sure we can handle this. For the time being, you should bring her somewhere with a proper bed to rest. I think there was a room over there that way, right? Indeed, it is a small room, and we certainly cannot leave a beautiful sage like her lying on the floor. So how is she? I know she's probably not dead since she hasn't disappeared, but that's all I can tell. Well, she's still breathing, but I have no idea when she might wake up. You are the one who prepared our drinks? I was not. Well, I did serve the drinks. I didn't have time to add anything to them, even if I had wished to. I didn't see anything funny when I was recording either. Wait, assuming I'm remembering correctly, I think I saw her taking what looked like some sort of medicine before she entered the ballroom. Salieri? Don't you dare look at me. What do you want me to perform? Who demands it? What else are you trying to pin on me? Ahem, any more now, ahem? Shut up, What the hell's going on? I'm an actor playing Antonio, nothing more, nothing less. Whew, glad that's over with. The hell was that? Anyway, this is all real weird. Murasaki Shikibu's the right-hand director for the picture, right? I can't see why she'd want to poison herself. Are we just gonna ignore that? Like him just lighting on fire, just blabbering, and we're just treating it, oh, that's normal. I don't know what she took or why, but if nothing else, I think this absolves Salazar. Oh, sure. What's up? Why are you wasting our time? You can settle matters right this moment with your clairvoyance. Oh, that, would you believe that I'm having a hard time using it in the singularity? Very well, if that's what you claim, I'll take you at your word. Hey, Salazar. Give me your choice of words earlier. I take it you aren't the one who prepared the drinks then. No, I wasn't. All the glasses already had been filled by the time I picked up the tray. Then who did prepare the drinks? Whoever it was, if you're innocent, now's the time to speak up. Oh, don't tell me. I did. Fuck's sake. Hey, at least he's confessing.
Wow, just a moment there. Why are you all looking at each other at the same God, that's settled. Now we can all go home. How do you know? I was simply doing my job as this movie's production assistant. I even brought this grape juice straight from the cold air so it can be used in the very scene you were filming.
Wait, so no actual wine? That's a shame. Sure you did. So how you save us all the headache and just confess, old man? That's quite enough with the baseless accusations. I've already solved this particular mystery. Oh! Isn't that kind of fast even for you? Simply put, there is no responsible party in this case. It is merely an unfortunate accident. My witness here can testify to that. I just happened to be paying him a visit to have him help me with a few... second thought, never mind what I was doing. All that matters right now is that he knows the truth of what took place here. First, I have a question for all of you. Have any of you seen some wrapping paper with the words Hohenheim safe, cutting edge forward thinking? Perhaps in a trash can somewhere? There's a trash can over there. Let me take a look. Yes, it says it right here. Hohenheim safe, cutting edge forward thinking. Then that's just as I expected. That's the medicine I prescribed for her. As you know, it puts the patient into a state of deep sleep until they completely recover from their fatigue. That puts up a bind last time too. She asked me to prescribe something that would help her with exhaustion. So I gave her 2 doses of that medicine.
See, what did I tell you? I'm innocent, man, innocent. Let me say it one more time. Innocent.
Yeah, Lottie freaking died. Joy Wildlasky, so it probably won't ever happen again. Seems Miss Murasaki had been saving up the entire previous night when she agreed to take on this project. given that she must have already been exhausted from lack of sleep before she began the challenging work of writing the script and putting the production together. It is no great surprise as he thought to ask Persistence for helping him deal with her fatigue.
No shit, Sherlock. Staying up for days and then seriously messing with your decision making.
I did wonder why she wanted the medicine, but I decided it wasn't my place to pry. Perhaps it would have been better had I done so in this case. My apologies, Master. Having reached her limit, Murasaki decided she should resort to Persistence' medicine, and collapsed shortly thereafter. As should be abundantly clear by now, this is simply a set of understandable circumstances culminating in an unfortunate accident. Naturally, I looked into the professor there, but alas, for once he is indeed innocent. He may be reported among reprobates, but in this particular case, his conduct has not been questionable.
What do you mean, Alice? And anyway, good stuff providing my innocence to be on the side of a doubt, Holmes, old chap. I can't actually say that I'm grateful for you, but that's the same.
You're quite a welcome one. For my part, I would much rather not always use Caldea's fighting force unless it was strictly necessary, so I'm thrilled to be able to resolve this peacefully.
Guess that means you're innocent too, then, my bad. Oh, I can't blame you for that. I'm just glad this misunderstanding has been cleared up. How do I my apology?
Piss off, creep! I'm glad that's cleared up, but now what are we gonna do?
I don't see how we can keep shooting a movie without its director and director. Wait, a golly, we'll still get options. After all, Caldea's also just got not just one, but two other extraordinary writers among her ranks.
Absolutely not. Very lie, that's alright.
But I didn't even ask you yet, why are you both turning this down? It's not like this is a physically intensive job, and you should both be able to make full use of your talents.
Lady Murasaki is one who crafted this story. I've never been shy about offering my opinions on others' lives, but not a word to say on the subject of other stories. Besides, I have no idea of her intentions regarding the story's direction or conclusion. I wouldn't dare try and take it over myself with so many unknowns.
Well, I wouldn't have figured the great William Shakespeare would be afraid of a little unfinished story.
It's not a matter of courage, you buffoon. He just seems to have a sense of know his goddamn place. Yes, these are only so many ways to structure a story and develop a plot. An author of Shakespeare's caliber could easily write a continuation of the story on the spot if he so desired. But there are more stories than just a structure and plot. It must also have themes. The theme shapes everything about a story. It's the soul of the work, the core idea that answers the question of why the author wrote it. And every writer worth his ink and their pen knows trying to continue a story when you don't know the theme can only result in a mess. This is one expression from the Far East that sums it up well. One can make an image of Buddha, but one cannot make his spirit. Do you really want Shakespeare to waste his time on writing a soulless drivel like that? I certainly write my share of soulless drivel purely for entertainment, but this hardly seems a good moment to mention that. Indeed, I would already be one thing if Lady Murasaki were supervising my efforts, but given her current incapacitation, my hands are firmly tied. Even if she did have notes or an unfinished script to pursue, there is every possibility that the whole affair may have changed dramatically for the final revision. There, you see, we're shit out of luck. The only thing we can do now is wait for Sleeping Beauty there to wake up. I swear, this is one of the whole problem with the popular writers. They don't even know how to take care of themselves. I see, this makes sense to the famous author. Would be like little reluctant king over another famous author's work. But man, what are we gonna do now? I guess we'll just have to give up on the singularity's magical energy. Maybe, maybe not. In spite of everything they just said, I do get a sense that the story is well on its way. Between the backward exposition, character introductions, and the latest sulking event, I'd say the pieces are in place for an interesting story indeed. But you're still not going to write the rest, are you? Indeed no. We have no wish to incur the noble lady's ire, after all. However, if the cast were to take over the characters themselves, I suspect you would be willing to accept that. What do you say, everyone? Would you be willing to continue playing your parts to see where the story goes on from there? Huh? I hadn't considered that approach. Instead of outsiders like us taking over, we'll have the cast continue on the spirit and intent inherited from the director. Yes, without Murasaki would have anything to cry about in that case. Brilliant, totally cunning. So basically method acting. We got a mansion with a lot of history, a beautiful widow with creative fortune, and a bizarre assortment of guests. It's a damn near perfect setting for mystery. Off to the top of my head, you could call it something like A Meihousou Most Foul. Ah, they said it. In other works. You're all the lead actors now!
Hey, dipsticks.
How about a little bit of reality check, eh? We aren't actually actors, you morons! How about you, Professor? Can you perhaps make yourself useful for a change?
The problem is I would never come up with such a slapdash scheme. I prefer my schemes to have wrapped up nicely before anyone knows something was amiss.
Well, the idea of writing a mystery by someone who's so many on these criminal plots does sound appealing. I'm afraid I'll need to give it a pass this time. While writing a mystery, you begin with the end and work backwards. Every character introduced must have a purpose, and everything should wrap neatly in the end. Conversely, such stories tend to not be particularly dynamic. Fuck's sakes. Right, if everything fits together too neatly, the story starts to feel robotic. Ideally, you want the characters to ignore the writer's carefully laid plot entirely and start going about their own affairs. Don't worry, as long as you all commit yourselves to your parts, the rest of the story will basically write itself. I guarantee it's about an absolute train wreck, but at least you get it done. I think even Dad might be giving us too much credit. Like John said, none of us have ever acted before. You guys have a mirror there? Yes, then spend an hour or so and take a long, good look at yourselves. Listen to me, every last one of you is already a character, all famous enough to be engraved onto history itself. You're inherently interesting just by your very existence. As long as you'll seriously commit to your parts, the end result can't help but be a compelling drama. Yes, indeed. If nothing else, it will be compelling. And even if it isn't, well, that's alright too. Everyone should experience some abject fail at least once or twice. Been there, done that. Thanks for reminding me, prick. Oh, right, he was burnt at sake. Yeah, I imagine you don't want to be reminded of that. So long story short, you're gonna keep filming, right? Well, I didn't say that it was worse. We could always make a documentary, and it's definitely not like we expected everything to go smoothly. I'll have to ask Mass to focus on looking after Murasaki Sikibu, but as for the rest of you, Jean, Ryoma, Salazar, Tristan, Ozymandias, Arash, Man in Grey, and of course Turbine Film. I'm counting on all of you to keep an eye on the general. The camera's rolling and do your best to make this as good as the movie possible. Christ, what's wrong with me? My pronunciation. It's like a running theme at this point, I swear. Oh yeah, I've been wondering if any of you noticed, but I haven't been an issue with bots on my fucking channel. Where basically just some random bot just pushed timestamp with like say 029 or some shit. And all it is just a link to like a virus or some shit. Like some sort of malware. Like, don't click on the shit. I've been reporting and removing them it constantly. But it still keeps showing up. They're fucking persistent, I gotta say. It's annoying as all hell. So if any of you know how to get if any of you know how to deal with this, well, yeah. Yeah, it's just an issue I guess I have to deal with. But the problem is, those are basically most of my views too. Are the fucking bots, and that's the worst part about it. Only bots are paying attention, it sucks. Unless it's like a shitpost video, in that case, it's not bots. Improv theater. There you are, will we be able to get the wine stain out? I think so, but I couldn't give less of a shit about that right now. How's Gabriella doing? She's still alive, though she's been hanging on by a thread, and there's no telling what could happen next. I expect it's gonna be some time before she can tell us what happened. So we got no choice but to be patient until we can find out who did this, huh? I'm not so sure even if Gabriella were to regain consciousness by now. I doubt even she could tell us who poisoned her glass. Where'd that come from? Son, you trying to play detective or something? As a matter of fact, I don't play anything. My traveling musician act was merely a facade. The true identity is Isordo Pogioli, the great detective. And I'm his assistant detective, Adriana Molinari. Would you mind not stepping on my lines, Adriana? Oh, I'm sorry. Great detective Isidoro Pogioli, huh? Never heard of you. Of course not. Most of my cases come directly from high-ranking government officials, so I can't imagine the common man would know my name. So you're in line of work requires no self-promotion, are you? Wouldn't that be nice, at least? I don't know if I buy. Maybe higher-ups just use them to bury facts I don't like. Those who know me sometimes call me the poser. I can understand your trepidation. I hope you'll trust us. A detective, huh? Usually in my experience, having a detective around is nothing but bad news. But I guess it's a good thing you're here in this case. Then I suppose the client this time must be the old man himself. Why sure, our first president, Miguel Angel Cortez, hired me to be here. He said he wanted me to investigate if anything happened after he was gone. I was hoping there would be no need for my services, but alas, it seems like luck was not on our side. Sometimes a curse in the way cases seem to fall wherever I go. It's always kind of scared me how thorough the old man was about this sort of thing. It's almost like he knew exactly what would happen after he was gone. Mr. Pogioli had an amazing talent for attracting cases wherever he goes. He's known as the Isidore the Reaper. Obviously. Obviously proud. Yeah, well, that's not ominous at all. Yo there, Salazar, whatever your name was. Are you sure Miguel never told you anything about this? Not a word, maybe. Lord Miguel never really trusted me after all. Cheer up, Salazar. It's much too early to say that. Thank you, milady. Your kind words are certainly soothing to hear under the circumstances. You're welcome. Anyway, getting back to the question at hand, why would anyone want to harm Gabriella? Seriously, you actually have to ask? Huh? Cortez's legacy? What are you, an idiot? He collected some really amazing shit back when he was a general, but apparently would have easily kept him in power even if he had to retire. At least that's what the rumor I overheard at the dinner with some high-ranking government officials. So if Gabrielle inherited something that great, it's no wonder someone else wanted her out of the picture, right? But that's still only a rumor, right? What, you don't believe me? Cortez's legacy is no rumor. Trust me, I used to work under him. He was a medical officer, so I had access to lots of different places. As a result, I was made to gather evidence of wrongdoing in all sorts of people. And of course, the evidence I gathered was only a tiny fraction of the whole. All told, I bet there were dozens of government officials who had collars slapped on them like that. And it's not just skeevy blackmail material either. I bet it's anything. The legacy also includes priceless letters and works of art from the former kingdom. And I'd also bet it's all here somewhere in this enormous mansion. Damn, that's quite a story. If anyone manages to take this legacy for themselves, why, they'd be Nadi Nada's next ruler, huh? And that's why Gabriella was poisoned. Still, even if the culprit had succeeded and eliminated her, that does not mean they would automatically inherit his legacy, right? They might not have to. Some people say high-ranking government officials would be happy just to have it conveniently disappear. I guess the next move will either be to try and kill Gabrielle again, or just to kill all of us. Move this shit. No, shit. If they had merely wanted to bury his legacy, it would be much more expedient to set it all in place after all we all went to bed. Of course, I doubt that it right now that they got us all on guard, even if you don't plan on doing anything too drastic just yet. Yeah, well, that's not going to be a big help. The next move is just to poison all our food. Now, considering how Gabriella just collapsed right after she drank wine the guy brought her. Stop at Elise. No, it's alright. Lady Elise has every reason to be suspicious. Very well, how about this? After I have prepared your meals, I will taste them before serving to make sure they are safe. So you want to be a food taster? There are any number of ways you could fake if you wanted to. Sorry about Vargas, he's suspicious about pretty much everything, though of course that helps us a lot when we're out on the hunt. Anyway, if you don't mind, we'd appreciate it if you would just share some non-perishables with us. Of course, if you cannot, we will simply go out and hunt our own food. Couldn't the non-perishables be poison as well? I can check for poison too. All I gotta do is brush it against my lips or the tip of my tongue. Smell can tell you a lot about something too. Actually, something already smells fishy. There's no way this thing could be natural. It's coming from over here. Hey, Garcia! We should follow them. There! This portrait smells like wet paint. I see your nose is sharply as your tongue, Garcia. I can smell it too now that I'm this close. How long has this portrait been here, Salazar? I believe it was completed when Miguel was still with us. Does anything seem different about it to you? I'm afraid I can't tell what might have been changed. I'm sorry I didn't study it closer when I had the chance. A true artist puts the heart and soul into the smallest details of the work, including most people will never see or appreciate. It's perfectly understandable that you wouldn't be able to notice them at a glance. The important thing to take away from this is that someone altered this painting extremely recently. Or I suppose it's possible the artist simply decided they didn't like the part of how it came out and decided to fix it. This would only be the first to go back and alter their past work. Damn, it's all connected. Paints like cadmium yellow and vermilion contain powerful heavy metals. And while I can't yet be certain, Gabrielle's symptoms definitely struck me similar to heavy metal poisoning. I doubt the paint was added directly to her drink, but the culprit could have extracted heavy metals from it. So you're saying that whoever altered the painting would have had access to paint, and that they used it to create the poison? Basically. It's a bit stretched, but logic does hold very well. Just to be certain, let me ask you all this. Do any of you currently have any paint? It looks like nobody's volunteering to come forward, Miss Bogioli. Does that mean? Yes, this is definitely one of those cases. Oh, quit the damn theatres, let's spit it out. Very well then, it might be so bold. Fuck. If I might be so bold, why don't you use the cowardly culprit behind this Meihousou mystery, the portrait painter? Yeah, I think that's good enough. I think I'm just doing 2 every episode. Yeah, that seems good enough. So I hope you enjoyed this. Safe out there. Be safe. See ya next time. Yeah.